everyone, and greetings of the day. And I hope you will be all safe at your home and staying home. In this lecture series, I would like to discuss about the personal selling and how the companies are managing the sales force. Yes, this is important nowadays. You know that the companies are facing a number of problems, right? To sell their products and to do the promotional activities in this COVID-19 pandemic's problem. So the basic things which we have to discuss about the personal selling is personal selling and the direct marketing. Sometimes we are taking as synonymous to each other, and we have to be very clear about the difference between these two terms also before discussing the personal selling and how the companies are managing the sales force. So personal selling is the direct encounter between the customers and the sales representatives of the company, or we can say it is the personal interface between the customers and the sales representative. On the other hand, the direct marketing is not involving the personal interaction. Direct marketing has done in many ways by the companies, like through email, they are sending the messages to the customers and interacting with the customers, and they are not having the face-to-face interactions. But nowadays, the companies are tying up with the customers through online channels also, because they want to interact with the customers also, and they have to convey the message about their products to the customers also. So personal selling is the face-to-face interaction between the customers, and it's, we can say, it's a direct encounter between the customers and the sales representatives, those who are basically in the process of selling the products to the customers. Now, in how many ways we have to do the personal selling, right? There are certain types which are involved in the personal selling efforts by the companies. So first is the deliverer, right? This is the one of the type in which the sales representatives are delivering the products to the customers directly. For example, if I'm talking about the milkman is coming to your home and he is delivering directly to the products to the customers. So he's a deliverer. Okay. And the newspapers hawker, those who are delivering the newspapers every day to your home, that's again a part of this deliverer type. Okay. This is the first type of this personal selling efforts. Second, we have the order taker. Normally, the companies are sending their sales representative to take the orders from the retailers or the wholesalers or their clients, right? And they are not involving the direct selling, right, or delivery of the products. They are just taking the order from the client and sending to the headquarters of the company, and the headquarters dispatch the orders to the concerned retailers and wholesalers. This is the another type. Third type is the missionary selling. Yes, missionary selling is about to inform the customers about the product specifications only, especially in the case of these pharmaceutical industries, right? Or we can say this book publishing house. In these two cases, the pharmaceutical companies are sending their medical representatives to the doctors, and they are just discussing about the medicine prescriptions only, and the doctors further are prescribing the medicines accordingly, right? This is what only the duty of the missionary selling is, that they have to inform about the product specifications and nothing else they have to do about all this. Similarly, in the publishing house, we have the sales representative, those who are directly meeting with the teachers, and they are telling about the books, the new books which are being authored by some prominent authors, and they are telling them that they have to prescribe the books to the students also, or they should recommend the books that books they have to read from the booksellers and from the library, right? This is another type. Another type is the technical selling. Yes, technical selling is important where we need a great expertise to convince the customers and to tell about the technical specification of the product while they are directly interacting with the sales representative. So in this case, the sales representative must be very efficient and they must have a knowledge of everything about the technical specification of the product. Take the case of laptop, take the case of washing machine, take the case of this AquaGuard, take the case of the Eureka Forbes vacuum cleaner, right? And Eureka Forbes is the prominent company, you know, that in the case of this personal selling efforts, right? And they are doing door-to-door efforts, door-to-door sellings to the customers, and they are telling about the product specifications by demonstration. So demonstration is required, that how you can operate a product. This is important. That's the technical selling. Next, we have demand creator, right? Sometimes the companies are hiring their sales representatives, they have to create the demand in the market only, right? They are analyzing the competitor's product, and after analyzing the competitor's product, they are just convincing the retailers and the wholesalers that how their products are different from the other companies' products, and accordingly they are creating the demand in the market. Next, we have a solution vendors. Yes, obviously the companies are having the specific service centers in which the companies are providing the direct solutions to the customers, right? Suppose there is a complaint in a mobile, that the mobile service centers are directly associated with the companies and they are giving the best solutions to the customers, right? This is also the part of this personal selling process, because face-to-face interactions is done in this case. Now, another area of concern is that how we can designing the sales force, because you know the sales force are the major strength in the case of the company's efforts, and you know that's the more than 80% of the products marketing efforts are dependent on through the sales force. I have the recent example in my fraternity. Right, there is one person who is a representative of the All Out. This and nowadays, you know, he has a target of selling the 5 lakh of this target. He has to sell the All Outs to the distributors and the retailers, right? So in this case, the companies are motivating their sales force and giving a certain motivations in the form of commissions, right, in the form of salaries, in the form of bonuses, in the form of sales contest, right? These are the ways that how the companies are managing, and appropriately they are this defining the sales force objectives also. Objectives are the targets, right? Objectives are the hiring process, objectives are the recruitment, objectives are the selection of the sales representative, because nature of product creates these kind of specifications, right? If your nature product is a very technical kind of product, so you need a very particular person, right? Particular knowledge personnel, those who have skills to sell the product, right? Those who have a very good communication also. This is important, that how they are influencing the customers. A latest example, right? Suppose if you are visiting any cloth shop, right, where you can find that how the sales representative are showing you a clothes, and again the temperament, you know, the temperament is so high, they are not irritated, right? Rather they wants to convince the customers that this product is best, that you have to buy that product that suits you, right? So these are the skills that how the representative are this maintaining the skills, okay? And this important. So in the next lecture, in the next series, I would like to discuss about the sales force structure, right? Objective we have, obviously the sales force strategies in the form of that defining the locations, defining the geographical locations, defining the certain territories, to the sales force, defining certain quotas to the sales force, right? Giving certain targets to the sales force, hiring the sales force on the basis of salary, on the basis of commission. These are the certain decisions the companies are taking, right? So how the sales force structure is created? On the basis of territory, on the basis of product, on the basis of market, and there are certain complexities also, right? So certain territories has been defined to the sales representative, and they are working on that territory, and they are responsible of everything of selling the products in a market and creating the demand in a market, everything. Second is on the basis of product. The certain specific product has assigned by the managers, the sales managers, to their selling team, right? A team leader is watching everything. A team leader is responsible, right? And the certain product is given to the certain sales representative, and he or she is responsible of that particular product. That's the product based structure. Market based structure, that that market segmentation is, that on the basis of economic, on the basis of geographic, on the basis of socio-cultural, on the basis of this attitude, social behavior, the lifestyle. Then companies are also setting the structure accordingly, right? And they are devoting and they are determining the sales force targets accordingly, and a certain market is given on the basis of the segmentation. Complex is some sales representatives are doing numerous tasks simultaneously, right? So this is the what? This is the complex sales force structure, right? Now we have another question in our mind, that how the recruitment and selection of sales representatives has done. As simple as we have that, we have a certain recruitment process by which we are inviting the applications, right? And by we are having the certain interviews, right? And the selection process. So these are the certain criterias by which we are managing the sales force through recruitment and selecting representatives. That's the important task, that we have to be very particular while we are recruiting our sales force, whether they are enthusiastic, whether they are able to meet the market conditions, because sales is very typical, right? This is important. Their mindset should be so high, their spirit level should be so high, so that they can influence the customers and directly has to face the challenges of the market also. Training sales representative, as you know that training is very important part of this sales representative, because they have to set the mind of the sales representative accordingly, and they are making the tough themselves so that they can meet the objectives, the targets, quotas which has been decided by the companies to them. Supervising sales representative, I have already told you that there is a certain team leaders, those who are basically supervising the team of 5 to 6 members of sales representative according to this territorial structure, according to the product structure, according to the market structure and the complexity structure, and they are supervising. Supervision is important. Day to day, daily progress is basically a part of the selling process. So every day the certain format has created. Companies are having certain software also nowadays. So what the sales representative has achieved in a day, a target, or in a week, they have to process the whole things in the way to their team leader also. So motivating sales representative also is important by giving certain bonuses, incentives, sales contest, right? The certain tour packages of 5 days, 6 nights to the Goa or Thailand, right? These are the motivations, and sales representatives are encouraging. So they are awarded also, they are rewarded by the companies, they're recognized by the companies in the some award functions also. Promotions are given on the basis of their performances. This is important. So both monetary and non-monetary benefits are given to motivate the sales representative. Then evaluations of their performance through performance appraisal. Another area of concern. Performance appraisal techniques are there by which the companies are basically analyzing the performance of every sales representative in a team. So this is all about the personal selling, types of selling, and how we can manage the sales force. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe. Namaskar.